everyone, welcome back. My name is Marie Major, and in this video, I want to talk about how time is an illusion and how to allow time to work for you. So yes, time is an illusion. I wrote a whole book on this called Looking Beyond the Tides of Time, and pretty much the book really is all about how time is an illusion, it does not exist, but we are living in a time-space reality. And how can we as humans make it work for us? How can we start seeing it not as an enemy, but as a tool to begin rewriting a new relationship with time? So that's why I decided to write that book, because it's such a concept of where we are in the beginning of Aquarius age, where time is going to start speeding up. We are going to see how days are going to go quicker, months, years, and it's been feeling like that, especially this year and the last few years. But we're going to see that rapid pace pick up even more for the future, because it's going to be such a place where, with the Age of Aquarius, it's so much expansion and rapidness, and it's an energy. It is the AI energy. So even how you know when you tune into your AI and you see and it goes like that, this is kind of the energy we are stepping into. So being very mindful and conscious and aware of how to use this energy where you don't feel like time is slipping through your fingertips. So this is where I really wanted to film a video on this. I'm gonna do another one sometime this week about bridging timelines, how to get on your highest timeline, because timelines is, yes, it is the same subject, but it's also a whole nother subject. There's so many layers to it. But I really wanted to speak about how people can start visualizing how time works. And we've been so programmed to believe that time is linear, that it's a straight line. When I try to challenge people, challenge might not be the right word, but inspire people, that's a better word, to look at time as a spiral. And this is where we really see everything in life is a spiral. We find that evidence of the spiral in nature, in us, and the frequency and vortexes and cosmos. It's just this spiral image where it is actually trying to communicate with us forever. And it's bringing us back to how we should start seeing time, which is a spiral, that we are returning, we are evolving, we are shifting, we are moving. It is in a spiral. It's not some linear straight line that we've been so programmed to believe that there's a beginning, middle, and end. And also with death, we are eternal beings. We keep our soul is eternal, and we keep returning back to different dimensions, different planets, and even to Earth many times. It depends on the soul's contract, the soul's journey, what it wants to learn, how it wants to evolve, how it wants to grow and expand. This is where everything plays a role into that. But taking it back on a human level, seeing time as a spiral really helps us understand that now everything we desire, our future, our so-called past, other past lives, different timelines, is now right here, where it's more easier to access than something way far away, something way down the line. It's like, this is where they've tried to train us to believe that, oh, it's gonna be such a far journey to get there, when everything is actually right here. Because when we lived life and we moved through contrasting times, you launched rockets of desires, of energy, of wants, wishes, out into the universe. And the universe is holding on to everything it is you desire. But we are so hung up on the physical aspect that we forget about the non-physical. So just like how law of attraction, if we're focusing on the money's not there, the job is not there, the relationship is not there, my health is not there, If you are focusing on that, that is a frequency and a vibration you are carrying. That is an energy field you are tapping into, and this is your energy field. So the universe just mirrors back and responds to that same frequency. So how do we shift that? Okay, well, we start maybe switching our beliefs. We start reprogramming the subconscious mind. We start seeing time as a spiral. So this is why it's an important part with law of attraction and manifestation and creating and bridging certain timelines and how to get on certain timelines. So this is where we have to start from the basics, which is, how is your relationship with time? How do you see time? How are you viewing time? Are you letting time slip away? Is it fading? Are you saying time is running out? Are you constantly in a state of rushing, running around? You're late, you feel all over the place, you feel like there's not enough time, you feel like it's just fading so quickly. Well, this is where you have to take that step back. How are you viewing time? What is the relationship? So really setting down like little rituals throughout the day, habits, thought patterns, like time is always on my side. That is an affirmation. All in divine timing, all in alignment. Someone I know, she like has to move and she has to find a place in a few weeks, and we both keep saying to one another, all in divine timing. Like, I'm reminding her, all in divine timing, trusting the timing, aligning to the timing, trusting that the universe does have your back. But it's so important that we start really rewriting beliefs that we have been so programmed, because we are on a 12-month calendar, which is actually false. Like, it's a 13-month calendar, and actually the new year is the end of July, where the star Sirius shines so bright, and this is actually the beginning. It is the gift from the cosmos. It's the gift from the star Sirius. So this is where really tapping into that energy and understanding, oh, we've been programmed very falsely in a lot of stuff. We've been wired to believe in a lot of false narratives. Like, this is where we've been so fed these beliefs that actually have not served us and has kept us back. Because remember, the subconscious mind is always on. So no matter what, it's going to hold beliefs, your family's beliefs, your teacher's beliefs, things you saw as a child that you might not be aware in your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind is constantly, it's a computer, it's holding that data, it's holding that information. So you are being wired these beliefs subconsciously that actually don't serve you, that it's maybe your subconscious is trying to protect you and trying to hold you back. So this is really important. Okay, I need to change my belief on how I see time. Okay, if we begin to see time as a spiral and see, okay, on certain points, there's my dream job, there's the relationship I want, there's the health condition I want, this is the peace I want for humanity, this is blah, 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 blah. Like, just whatever it is that you want in your vortex, in your energy field. And we're returning back to certain points. So it kind of gives the whole theme of being off the hook, of that I have to work so hard, it's going to take so much time to get there. No, it's already there. But it's about aligning to those desires that you want. It's about aligning your frequency, shifting your vibration to allowing that. And you start by trusting the process. You start by surrendering. You start by patience. And I know, like, I'm still too, there's so many things I want to create. There's so much that I've been in my life where, oh, I thought I was going to be somewhere else by my age right now, or where I am, or on my certain timeline, I thought I was going to be here. My life moved in a different way, but it's about understanding that my soul's journey, I was like, okay, I wasn't ready for that yet. Or, wow, I evolved and I learned so much and I grew actually spiritually. Maybe the physical world might seem the same for now, but I've actually grown and evolved, and there's so many deeper layers into my spiritual practice, into my relationship with my health, my relationship with nature, like all of that. So really allowing yourself, okay, all in divine timing, stepping into alignment, trusting the process. This is how you begin to build that foundation, but you have to allow it to be there. You have to allow it to, get some legs to it, for it to grow some legs, for it to get some movement. But this is where a lot of people will begin this process and then they're like, I'm not seeing any improvements, and then they completely quit. They don't want to meditate anymore. They don't want to trust the journey. They get back and sucked back into that hole of those negative thought streams that just keep them in a lower vibration, that doesn't allow them to actually get on their vortex of all their desires, up the spiral. So really seeing how time is a spiral, how we're turning, and we are also evolving and expanding and deepening into time constantly. We are bringing in tons of different timelines. This is the whole thing about when we open the Akashic records, which is the soul's library, and you need to heal a past life. All timelines are still happening in the universe. They're still happening in different dimensions. Atlantis, Lemuria, those timelines that we as souls believe that we have lifetimes in those civilizations that were on planet Earth are actually still happening in different dimensions. But it's about shifting our awareness and going into a meditated state where there's maybe a past life we need to understand. And this is why the Akashic records is such an important thing. This is why I do readings to help people. Okay, is there something coming up from a past, so-called past life? I want to keep putting it in quotations, where the energy needs to be shifted, needs to be shaped differently in this life, in this so-called past life, in this certain timeline. Because no matter what, our soul is bringing all those timelines and weaving it into this beautiful tapestry. We are weaving it into our tapestry of life. So understanding that we are bringing all these different threads from different realms, different dimensions, different lifetimes, and seeing that there is this bigger picture of our soul's journey, but we have different versions of ourselves that we are trying to bring little bits and pieces to really understand and actually bring it back to the soul, to the higher state of consciousness, to our beautiful branch. We are leaves, but then we have a branch, and then we have the tree and the trunk, which is an oversoul. And I'll get into all that in another video because I don't want to keep this too long. But I hope this helped kind of maybe give you a new offering about time and how time is an illusion, but how we as humans can start making it work for us. Remember, age is a gift. Timelines are gifts. Moments are gifts. Being in the present is a gift. So really giving that state of gratitude and staying in that energy is going to help you really bridge timelines, really allow you to actually evolve in your spiral and even return into your spiral of time, but from a higher elevated state of awareness, of consciousness. Okay, so that being said, I want to end it there. I have a few more videos coming your way, some Stargate Egypt 5, Stargate Iran. I also have some predictions, really wanting to tap into the energy of the next eclipse that is coming. So stay tuned for that. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, it really helps me keep creating these videos for you all. And if you also can comment where you're from, where you're tuning in on planet Earth, and any ideas about some content and some more creation. I know there's a few I put in my notes for some people, and I am going to film those videos very soon. I'm just kind of going with what is coming up and what I think needs to be received for the collective in this moment. So thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful evening.